and welcome to Brand Your Passion, the show that helps you turn the thing you love the most into something that people know and love you for. I'm your host, Holly Arnett, the brand coach for creatives, and I'm on a mission to make the world a more creative place, one brand at a time. If you're ready to get more eyes on your work, more dollars in your pocket, and more creativity in your life, you're in the right place. Welcome. Let's brand your passion. Hey everybody, and welcome to Brand Your Passion. In this week's episode, we are talking all about packaging, because we all know how exciting it is to receive a package and how amazing the unboxing experience can be, and how you just want to share it with people on Instagram and share it with your friends and all of that good stuff. And so I want to help you as a creative to create that kind of experience for your own products and for your own customers, right? So that when they are receiving your incredible products, they have this amazing brand experience for receiving their amazing products and just pulling it all out of the box or the bag or whatever it is. I want to help you to brand that whole experience and make sure that your packaging is on point. So let's dive in. Let's talk about firstly, why brand your packaging in the first place, right? Maybe you're thinking, oh, people don't care. It's just, they just want the product that's inside. And I totally get where you're coming from, and your products are amazing and worthy and valuable and beautiful all on their own. But what's going to help that experience be elevated and to create such a special experience around your products is to brand your packaging, right? Because number one, it's important to brand your packaging so that you create a recognizable brand, that you're creating a consistent brand experience online and offline, from seeing your products on Instagram to buying it on your website to then receiving it in person. The experience is super consistent and people recognize your brand in each of those moments, and they know that when the product arrives on their doorstep or in their letterbox or whatever, that they are like, oh my God, it's the parcel from X. It's the product that I ordered from this artist. It's the thing that I ordered from this maker. Oh my God, I can't wait to open it. That's the experience that you want to create, where somebody knows that it's from you and it generates that excitement for them. You also want to wow your customers and create an amazing experience as they're unboxing, right? They've bought this thing from you, so you want to show them how grateful you are and how thankful you are, and kind of go the extra mile for them as a thank you and a reward and just a little extra something to the experience, so that they are like, oh my God, this is amazing. Look how cool this is, look how fun this is to open. Whatever it is, whatever experience you're trying to craft, it's really takes things to the next level and wows your customers, which is going to get people to come back to purchase from you again. And my next point is that it's going to get you advocates for your brand. So when you have amazing packaging and this amazing unboxing experience, people are going to share that on social media, right? Especially if it looks really cool. Not that looks at everything, but it helps when it comes to social media content. People are going to want to share it on social media because it looks so cool and it's so exciting. And there's this really fun tissue paper or this really amazing bright colored tinsel or whatever it is that you're using in your packaging. People are going to love it and they're going to want to share it. They're going to want to tell their friends all about it and be like, hey, look at this cool thing that I bought. I had a package arrive at my door the other day, and my flatmates and my partner were all crowded around, and we were like, oh my God, look at this. It was this fancy, heavy wooden box, and it was filled with this really kind of cool shredded paper, and everything was hidden in there, and it was a little treasure hunt to find all my treats that were in the package, and it was so exciting, and all my flatmates were like, oh my God, I want one. And it just really makes for an amazing experience that you can share with your friends and your family and your audience. Those are the 3 reasons, and I kind of hate to use Apple as an example for things, but they really do know a thing or two about packaging. And I've talked about the Apple packaging before because it's really intentionally designed, not only in what it looks like visually, but in the actual experience of opening it. You will know this if you've bought anything from Apple before, but as you try to lift the lid off of an Apple product, there's this kind of friction or suction that happens between the two parts of the boxes so that it slows down your opening of the box on purpose, so that it kind of builds this anticipation and this excitement, and then finally it opens and you're like, oh my God, look at this amazing product inside. And that experience is intentionally designed. And so Apple are doing all these three things, right? They've got the recognizable brand consistency. You know when you see that box that it's Apple, right? It's got Apple literally written all over it, but also like figuratively written all over it. You know that it's Apple. They have that intentionally designed experience that makes you go like, wow, that was really intense, or like really cool, or whatever. And then they have the thing where you want to tell people about it. You're like, oh my God, when I opened my Apple laptop that arrived today, it was so cool and the box was so beautiful and I don't want to throw the box away. Like, you know, so many people don't want to throw the Apple boxes away. They're just a really good example of how packaging can craft a brand experience. And Jonathan Ives, who was like the chief designer of Apple, he said that you design a ritual of unpacking to make the product feel special. Packaging can be theater, it can create a story. And it's so true. Like, it does make the products feel really special, creates these kind of theatrics, and tells a story about your brand, right? So that is why it's important to brand your packaging, and to really consider that whole unboxing experience. So hopefully you're on board with me now, if you weren't already, about why that's important. Now let's talk about like the different parts of your packaging that you can brand, and then how to actually do that. So there are two kind of main parts or elements that you can design and brand. Firstly, there's like the outside packaging. So when the box arrives or the mailer arrives, what does that look like? What does it say? Does it have stamps all over it? Has it got custom tape wrapped around it? Is it in like a custom branded mailer, or are there stickers or doodles on the box, or is the box designed itself? You can think about all these different ways to package the outside that people will literally see when it arrives in their mailbox. They'll see this outside thing, whether it's a box or a bag or a mailer or whatever, and they'll see your brand. So you can think about how you want to brand the outside of your products. Then you can think about the inside. So when somebody opens that up, what do they get? Is there like beautiful custom tissue paper wrapping their new product? Is there bubble wrap that's in a custom branded color? Are there bonus little stickers? Is there a branded thank you card that's got a handwritten note on it? There are so many different ways that you can brand the inside of your packages. So think about, how do I brand the outside of my package? And how do I brand inside the package? Because there are a lot of different ways that you can do that. Okay, now lastly, let's talk about how to actually design this on-brand packaging. So there are three kind of main steps to this that I recommend going through. Number one is your audience. So think about how you want your audience to feel, what you want that experience to be like for them, where and how are they ordering your products, and what do they want in an packaging experience? What other kind of products and packages do they love? Like, are they the kind of person who loves the minimalist Apple packaging design, or are they somebody who loves buying stuff from Gorman because it's like covered in frickin' bright colorful patterns? Think about the kind of person that they are, the kind of stuff that they love, and how you want them to feel. Number two is to know like the practicalities of your products. So certain products will have certain packaging requirements maybe. So you might need to make sure that they are like bubble wrapped or safely packaged. If they are food related or live material, I don't know, like something edible or whatever, there might be certain packaging requirements around that. So know those things first of all, practically. Then I just mentioned this before, but know like when and where and how people are going to buy from you. So are they buying something that is ordered offline, or are they going to be seeing you at a market and that's where they buy it from? How are you going to package things there? What do you need? Just think about the different situations that people can and will buy from you and what that looks like. And then you also are going to choose a supplier for your products and get the specifications for each of those parts of your packaging. So say, for example, you are ordering from No Issue. They are one of my favorite packaging suppliers. That's not an affiliate link or a sponsored or anything, but I just highly recommend their products. So say you're ordering like custom mailers from No Issue. You can go on the No Issue website and find out the specifications for what your design needs to look like, the file that it needs to be in, the size that it needs to be, all of those specific details, so you know exactly what you need to be designing in order to create all the bits of packaging that you need. And then lastly, step number 3 is to apply your brand and use your brand. So you should hopefully have some brand guidelines that outline like how to use your logo, what colors you should be using, what fonts you should be using, what patterns you have available, what icons or illustrations you can use, what photos you have, those kind of like visual guidelines that you can use. So you want to take those guidelines and take those assets and apply them across your packaging. So you might think, okay, I want to create a custom tissue paper, so I'm going to choose one of my brand patterns in my brand colors and apply that to the tissue paper. Or I want to have a thank you card, so I'm going to use one of my branded illustrations on the front, and then I'm going to write a handwritten note on the back. These are all things that you have already, hopefully, if you've been through any of my other episodes and listened to things about the brand elements and visual assets and things like that. Hopefully you have all these things already and you can use them to apply across your packaging. And then you possibly will want to like mock them up in some way, shape or form. So you might want to gather some mock-ups. I know that No Issue has some if you're part of their like creative community, or there are a bunch of packaging mock-ups you can find online for free. So you can mock them up and see what your stickers are going to look like, or see what your packaging mailers are going to look like. You know, you can mock them up and see if it's going to work, how it's going to work, what it's going to look like. You can even share those with people in your audience and see what they think, if they resonate with it, if they love it, or if they've got some suggestions. You can go through those too. So mock them up and see what they're going to look like can be really helpful. And obviously you have the option of working with a packaging designer as well. So if you're not comfortable in doing your own design, or you feel like you want to hire somebody who that's their specialty, you can totally hire a specific graphic designer or packaging designer to help you to do that too. So now we have covered why you need to brand your packaging in the first place, why that's important, how it's going to help you, all of that good stuff. We've also covered what parts of your packaging you can brand, the outside of your packages and the inside, and then how to design that on-brand packaging by thinking about your audience, thinking about the products themselves, and then thinking about your brand and how to apply that. So I hope that this has been really, really helpful. I know and have experienced, and I know that you probably have too, the power of like really, really good packaging. So I am praying and hoping that you can see that importance and see that power, and will put that into action in your own products. And I can't wait to see what you do. So please tag me if you're going through this process. I would love to see it. Other than that, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for listening to this episode of Brand Your Passion and choosing to spend some time with me learning about branding, business, and all things creativity. You can find more episodes just like this one at blackandwhitestudios.nz/brandyourpassion. If you liked this one, you can tap that subscribe button so that you're notified about every new episode. And if you've got a spare second, I would love it if you could leave a review on iTunes or wherever you're listening to this podcast right now. I would love to hear from you and hear about how you're enjoying the podcast. If there were some helpful goodies in this episode for you, it would mean the world to me if you could screenshot your podcast player on your phone right now, hop over to Instagram or Twitter and tag me at Black and White Studios. That's at BLCKWHT Studios. By subscribing and reviewing and sharing, you're helping me to reach more creators just like you so that together we can make the world a more creative place, one brand at a time. I really can't achieve this mission without you, so your support means the world. I'll talk to you in the next episode, but until then, keep creating.